Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Naxius, and today we're picking up where we left off with Disco Elysium. I honestly have no idea what I got myself into. I didn't know anything about the game going into it. Absolutely not a thing. I've already been shooketh by just the art style alone, the sort of like oil painting type stuff they have going on. But the dialogue choices are crazy. Absolutely nuts. I accidentally did a casual racism. But there's also, like, what seems to be under the surface an extremely deep, like, just system with all these stats and all these, like the thoughts you can keep in your head and the buffs that causes. Like, like there's an actual, like, complicated system underneath all this too. So I can't wait to get in and explore this a little bit more, especially since in the 2-hour stream yesterday, I don't think I did a goddamn thing. So why don't we hop back in? Skill points can also buy new thought cabinet slots. Okay. So if I remember correctly, I'm waiting for 30 minutes to go by, and I tried before the end of last stream to see the corpse again, but 30 minutes wasn't quite up. So let's explore just a little bit more.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
What year is this supposed to be? Like, what is that vehicle?
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
Wait, so that's the back. What kind of shape is this?
This must be the infernal machine, that toy from Oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Oh.
As you
tap the gauge.
The indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector.
Jay informed me I don't need to do all the dialogue options. Well, joke's on him.
Is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
A
metallic drawer.
Let's see what's in the toolbox.
Under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly.
Unsurprising, this guy seems like quite the keener.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
I don't know which one of these would be the most useful, but I like the idea of being able to get in anything.
And sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Right, I can just take all of this?
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue. Blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Okay, I just take all of it then.
Feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
You're a comedian?
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the frequency tableau lights up, and the green button.
All right, let's pretend like I am a cop.
Feline eye, and then you hear something.
I don't actually know if I am.
The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Can I just give myself a call name? I don't think that's how call names work. I mean, I don't actually know, but I feel like aren't someone's supposed to give you a call name? Too. I mean, like this, you're trying to pick one. Do you want to vote? No, okay.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear she was friendlier with the lieutenant. So she may be reported for murder. Oh,
Just a second, officer.
she puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
You know, I don't actually hear my character talk. Is my character French?
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
Well, apparently I do. 10-4, Station 41.
10-4, message.
Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui.
Relay message. What's your status? Over.
But he's speaking English with a heavy French accent. Just reporting in.
10-18. State your message, sir.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance. Is that how most jobs work? You can just call the person. I need more money. Can you hook me up? We know full well this is not how it works. Cops get their money from the criminals, not from the higher ups.
10-9. Over.
Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
A dry voice asks in the background.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over.
No, the other
Maybe
one.
your partner. Over.
What is he saying?
It's my partner.
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vicmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
About that. The man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Oh,
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
are the books written after me, or are they sarcastically calling me that? Howdy, partner. Okay. Jay, are you okay? Did Holly steal your phone again?
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
Oh.
Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you.
Defend yourself immediately. Oh, okay. Let's see. Tell him to stop this serious. Haha. Officer's lost his badge. Haha. Like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge. Sure.
This has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Sarcasm, the coward's lie. Or laughter, the coward's coward's response to oblivion. Penis Mullen is no one to mess with. No, you don't want to dick with Penis Mullen. Absolutely not.
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Why is misplacing quotes? Like, what do you think
Fuck
happened?
me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Is like everyone hanging around the desk just to criticize me? I must have like the worst reputation in that whole place.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry.
You drink yourself into memory loss, and everyone has something to say. I know, right?
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation that packs made it difficult to hear you. Yeah, like, I drink myself into oblivion, lose my memory, lose my badge. Apparently can't even investigate the dead body I've been here to investigate. That I didn't cut down for several days for some reason. Apparently hanging out with my half-brother, which we've just glossed over, by the way. That's never been brought up again, and considering he doesn't seem to know who I am, I'm wondering if that is some sort of, like, highfalutin way of saying he's a cop from another precinct. Like, I don't know. Like, we're just glossing over all of that.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
I don't think I have a gun.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
So Oh, you have a gun? Is it in my pants? Well, apparently I can either admit softly that I don't have it or scream that I don't have it. So I'm guessing I don't have it.
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
I can do this.
Even before you
Fuck.
can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun. Fuck it, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
That, like, Jules here does seem like he's just sick of this shit. Not just with me, but with the other people, because he has to relay all these messages. Like, he seems like this man just feels done. He's like, oh, they want to know if you can describe your gun. Kill me.
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
For starters, it's massive. Got flared cooling vents along the front and hydrogen flasks sticking out too. It's a gun. I'm not gonna say a regular goddamn murder weapon. You know what they are. Bang bang. No, we're gonna.
Then come again, please. Over.
It's got a magnetic accelerator and arc that accelerates the energized ball of periwinkle blue hydrogen-based plasma to near light speed. Well, if I act sarcastic...
I'm going to need to put you on speaker for a second. Over.
In contact, detonates with the power of a dying star, erasing every living thing from existence. Or did I mention it's dripping with sexy blue plasma?
The officer is describing his genitalia in exaggerated terms. Over.
Well...
Host in heaven. Did he lose his gun and his mind?
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener.
I actually don't know about that either.
I'm not going to. Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Guys, I think I have to.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying?
Come on.
With the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about.
Oh, we've touched a nerve, have we, Mac?
Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
If you don't like the fallout, maybe don't fuck with the firewalker. Yeah!
He says you shouldn't have antagonized the firewalker in the first place.
Who?
The disbelief in McMeer's voice is overwhelming.
Satellite officer V.
Firewalker.
I'm afraid he might be referring to himself as Firewater, sir.
Fire, water? He's lost it. Fuck it. Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters.
Satellite officer V. 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
They're static.
Oh, God,
That is fighting back tears.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
God, do I want to... Given all the people that are hanging around, nope. I think we're done.
10-10. Over and out.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law official. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Okay. Okay. Bonus of the thought. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay. So I gotta sing karaoke later. Someone must know something about your lost firearm, maybe a district authority, like someone high up in the union, or maybe some locals saw you before you passed out. The Worland's absent bartender, you could ask the local pawn shop. Yeah, can I go recheck the body? Let's try again. Will you give me the option again?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that.
Yeah, I got
corpse
+6
smell.
shit compressed. We're good.
Is all it does now. Ha ha ha.
Seriously?
Again, the corpse laughs at you, pus dripping from its mouth. You
I
will
am
never
not good at
be able
these
to
roles,
hold it.
apparently.
It's always too much. Every time it happens, it gets worse
Like,
and worse.
how can I
There's
possibly
nothing
keep
left to
throwing
do
up?
now.
There's nothing left to
All that's
puke.
left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
Even though I got my ship compressed, how is it
I'm at a
possible?
loss as well. I could swear your shit was together, detective.
Sometimes even that is not enough. Life is unfair.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point to upgrade your endurance. Gain new skill points by exploring and completing side tasks.
You know what? I'm going to go into your character sheet and spend a skill point.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere.
Okay. Where's endurance? Right here? I don't think I have enough experience for that. Okay. What's the quick load button? Normally I wouldn't want to do this,
he
but
still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. Ha ha ha.
really?
But every time it happens, it gets
50-50
worse.
my ass.
There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying. And
Yes, I get it.
dryly
I'm
at
puking.
the same
I'm puking.
time.
I'm doing a puke. How many times do I need to load for this to work?
There he still is, looking. Ha ha ha. Again, the corpse laughs at you every time it happens.
But I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait another
There's
30
nothing more to
minutes?
Throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
I'm at a
Just cry.
Officer, you
You can open.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it.
Okay, I'll go explore again. What else was I doing? Well, I can't inspect the body. I take the edge to find a barrel of alcohol, put it in your hand, equip it in the hell slot in your inventory, and the magic will happen on its own. Right, I need to find a way to get money. Is there a map? Right, so that's please use main entrance. Oh, that's a cool statue. Missing its neck and all. Don't be a bitch and load, play it out. Yeah, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Jump jams? The most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Racist lorry driver. That's literally his name. Racist lorry driver. I don't know if he's racist yet. I just met this guy. We're just making all these assumptions all of a sudden. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant.
don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Oh, so we're in Revachol. You tell
It's
him.
men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
This shit's deep. Yeah.
Come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should
We are-
watch myself and behave.
See, normally I would say he's jumping to conclusions, but his name is literally racist lorry driver, so...
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
So, you know...
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Okay. Punch him on the shoulder.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
Oh, we're doing this?
Exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits in passively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Apples.
Apples?
It's exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Hey, yo, thanks so much for the 100 bits, man. Yeah, you finally cut a stream on a day off. Awesome. We're here dealing with a man named Racist Lorry Driver. So, we're dropping all pretense immediately. Apples.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions? Oh, not much anymore.
Yeah, hang on. I want to know about these apples.
It's exactly the kind of...
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining it.
I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think?
Yeah, so they grow apples in Grad.
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and
You see that? You see that big brain going?
Or animal life.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally the name, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
Oh boy, are we getting into an immigration argument here?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad.
Oh my god, this guy. Yeah, well, I mean, like, his name was just Racist Lorry Driver. Okay, I thought we were jumping to conclusions. Apparently we have proceeded his statements. Wouldn't it just be easy if anytime I went up to somebody, their name was literally just racist whatever, so I knew ahead of time? It would make conversing a lot better.
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
So, okay, I said, well, no, they don't. He doesn't have any.
Apples. Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
And that's a privilege?
Is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient, very prestigious.
It'd be a W for comics. They immediately know what jokes she says. I sincerely doubt you'd have the whole audience full, though. So, you know, I don't think that would work as well. Maybe in a one-on-one interaction. But I don't exactly support the use of the jokes just because the other person would find them funny. You're in a Carter's Guild.
Damn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit. But when they try to replace us, they'll regret it.
They took our job.
Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no love.
Is this just going to be a more deep episode of South Park the way this is going? Well, glad we did all that. That was helpful. Oh, can I just open up the garbage? What is this? I got magnesium, and I've accidentally walked in here, but we're going to look around anyway. Oh, lots of roses.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is what?
The girl-
It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Well, I can't do that. I have no money. Not the germs!
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
This.
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Stupid famous people. I approve of this, very futuristic.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
I don't know. Frit?
And what is... Why is this written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
I gotta say, I'm enjoying the fact that I have the encyclopedia, like, skills, because, like, I'm actually getting in on a lot of world building right now, which I previously, I otherwise wouldn't have had. And I'm already getting interested in the world building of this place. I like, again, with a game like this and RPGs in general, you do sometimes wonder, like the history of the whole world may not actually be important to the game itself. It's yet to be seen if that's the case here. But the fact that there is all this lore and things that you can learn, I think actually really helps exploring the world and understanding it more. A lot of people don't read the codexes for some of these fantasy games, or like Mass Effect, when I played it, has a huge codex of just stuff about the different alien races and planets and history and everything that I think really benefit the player to read, but it is a lot of reading. People don't tend to ignore it, and I think it's a real shame. So I'm enjoying that I have the ability to learn these things using just this ability I've picked up.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Not really.
Does that mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really long.
Thanks for your help. Do you have ammonia for
She
sale?
looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
I won't. Probably.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, what is
It's
it?
a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so...
I need to find a bag.
Feel free to use it if you find a bag.
This is an easy money grind.
I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
I'm having just the weirdest conversations. There's no way the people aren't, like, gonna go home later and be like, what is the fucking weird dude that's hanging around? Oh, it's a strike sign. I was like, what am I looking at right now? The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What about? What kind of
The driver
stickers?
has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Sounds like a good book.
Paraphernalia.
Okay, never mind.
Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Like, hey, that sounds like a good book. Immediately, racist nationalist paraphernalia. Is the story still good?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Well, about that. You're just afraid of work yourselves. I'll fight any one of you to work. One-on-one, let's go.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Where did that come
It's
from?
me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
Poverty. He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they are scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Yeah, I'm a scab, pouring down, trying to... I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you.
His
No
smile...
one's ever seen a cop scab.
His smile deepens his wrinkles even more.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
He chuckles and realizes...
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I need to know what's behind those gates I'm exploring. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? What's behind the gate?
I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing.
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
So, yes? I can just...
It's all so simple. Why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him,
Oh, okay, we got a bridge troll.
then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Stop.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to his Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here ever bested him? I don't think I'm in a state to do that, but...
Not
okay.
yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Have any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Sure.
Really? Let's talk about it anyway.
Serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the Union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Got you. So do I go up and try to punch the big guy? Case of strike. Press button behind guard. Okay. Measurehead crushes all with his powerful thighs. I don't think this is gonna work out for me.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Measurehead's babe. We're really giving this female character some agency here, aren't we? My body's unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbor. Size him up first.
You admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
Must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger. Because you are not a threat to me.
This is just D&D plus Clue vibes plus Twitter plus crack. Dude, I don't know if crack is enough of a drug to describe this. I gotta be at least on some, like, X or something. Like, just look at the art style itself. And I don't know who I keep talking to in my head. Apparently all different types of things back there just rattling around. I think I've got some mental illness that has been undiagnosed.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Paul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbor. I don't have a problem with Al-Ghul. I just drink a little on the weekends. No, I don't have... No, guys, I just do it on the weekends. Now, the whole weekend, like from morning, moment I get up to the moment I go to bed at night, no, that's all alcohol, but only on the weekends. Yeah.
The mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
I'm not drunk. I'm a cop. I just have a drink every now and then. Everyone does. That fat racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures.
How much do I have to work out before I too speak in capital letters?
Potato-obsessed Kroikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
As a millennial, I definitely identify with sadness.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Are you identifying with any of this? The sadness, mostly. Us 90 kids, the last time we were truly happy was the 90s, so... Come on, I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor. Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
How dare you talk of Bob Ross like that? Bob Ross had a big brain and big skull. I'm pretty sure he wasn't this, but you know what? If his paintings are gay, well, you know what? I love gay art. What can I say?
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't I mean I had to become a supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Guys, do I become an advanced racist? Does anyone have an opinion? Which one of these buttons I should push? Can I even... Is there even a chance of me knocking him out? 8%. Do I take the 8% chance of knocking him out? Do we conceptualize the racism? You're not qualified for this question. The fact you need a choice on this makes me super sad. But Jay, but maybe I want... We're going pro-racist? Hey, lose the corner. I'd say we're going to actually... We're not pro-racist. We may become an advanced racist, but not because it's a good thing. But because it's necessary to push that button. Where did your racist ideology came from? Well, you see, there was this button I really had to push, and I was willing to do whatever I needed to get it. Racism is necessary for that button. For the sake of that button. I've already accidentally done some racism, so, you know, maybe I do on purpose racism, but it gets me to push that button. So, I mean... Try not to be racist, push the button. You know, it's a tough scale to balance. Let's punch him. That didn't work.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Hey, partner, can you, like, smack him? Did you clip that? I'm just saying, See, I'm about to get my ass beat. Now, if I'd just been racist, I would still have my hand here. Oh, this game is going to be the death of me, I can tell. You could have walked away, but then I wouldn't have been able to push the button. All of this is about pushing the button, Jay. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Push the button now? I can't. He's broken me.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored of you. But you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Claire is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm no communist. Communism is pretty cool. Individualism is my jam. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing. Communism is pretty cool, but you know what I am? An anarchist.
Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I listen to a lot of Rush. I don't know if I would. Rush is not degenerate youth culture. I have gotten it from disco. Maybe I've got some degenerate views from disco, but I think he's only mad from all them roids. Well, see, I don't know. He doesn't seem very mad. In fact, he seems a little too calm, to be honest with you.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites.
I think I need to write all this down.
And arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
Born and raised on the islands before you moved here?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pay.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
So you're not really 70s, you were just from Revicol.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. And never getting into the harbor.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
That would be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
So just so we're clear, Jay, you do not want me to do a racism. We're not keeping the racists. Okay, fine. I will look for another solution, which may include violence. If I find my handgun, I'll just shoot the fucker. But if I cannot find my weapon, I will come back and become a racist. Sounds like a plan to me. What do you want?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hook.
But he's the one trying to provoke me. I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
It's not about whether I want to do a racism. The racism might be necessary to push the button. I don't want to be one. So the question is, do I want to be a racist less than I want to hit that button? I think you keep ignoring the button whenever you ask these questions. The button is a very necessary point of all this. What is this game? Dude, I don't even know.
And you're just going to let him manipulate you like that?
To racism or not to racism, exactly. But again, this is more about the button. So it's more to button or not to button. Because right now, I'm not buttoning. And that's a problem. Can't promise that. I might attack him again.
Let's think of something else.
Okay. Maybe if I can find my weapon. Unions are a scam. God, we're going to get into all the political stuff here, aren't we? Well, I could see that. I didn't need you to tell me that.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Are you going to teach me how to fight him?
Actually, this might do the trick.
Let's talk about our right to work.
What about it? Your right to work.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
So now we're getting into a debate about whether or not you should be allowed to be a scab or not. This isn't a can of worms or anything.
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies.
Is he striking because he wants to work? Sounds like he's defeating the purpose to strike. No. So the people behind me right now, They're striking union workers. This guy wants to come in and work their job for less money, but he would still get a salary. 'Cause I'm guessing he doesn't have work right now. So if he's allowed to come in and do the union workers' work for less money, he could at least get somewhat of a salary. But of course, this pisses off the union workers who are striking for a reason, possibly because of pay. And this person working would reduce their bargaining power, because it's kind of hard to strike and say, we're not coming back to work until you pay us more. Well, it's like, well, we'll just replace you with these guys who want to work and are willing to do it for less money.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
But then you see the whole thing is he's agreeing to get less money, which would be bad for him in one sense, because if he sticks with the union workers, it's possible that he could get a job later for more money. So he's screwing over the union workers, but also screwing himself in the long run.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
What exactly is your goal
we were
here?
promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. And try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Have you considered storming in, like all of you?
You go arrest them instead. I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I think we've just established the guy up there will not be getting drunk.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs his hand through his steadily gray military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
Okay, cool. Nice talking to you. Getting out of here. Oh, I see tiny things. Is this money on the ground? I'll take those 29 cents that somebody left lying around. The game auto-saved for some reason. Hello, who are you?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he
A
goes.
simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I am the law.
Sure are, my man.
I am the law.
It's the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Glances south down the road. You're not giving off Judge Dredd vibes? Maybe I should. I am the law. Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
So, basically, I have the option to, like, anytime someone says anything about the current era, just be like, oh, so that's where I am. It's like, this shithole. Oh, shithole, that's where I am. Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Holy Jesus.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Cam, your nurse.
Yeah, I met one of your
You still
friends.
hang
He's
around
kind of
here
racist.
waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. Where are you hauling anyway?
High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Are we sure?
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
What's that machine behind you?
Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Damn right, I'm all into it.
Also called a camion on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
Is that an A6 you got there? Yeah, they're damn right.
But reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Kinda. You swung on him, and instead of fighting, he lectures you on the cause. That's dedication. I don't even know if I can consider what I did to swing at him. I probably did like a. Can I get one of those phones?
Files and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Right,
The
another
man
question.
taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
I don't think I'm going to ask him about a corpse. Nothing to see here. Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. What you guys doing? Stop moving around. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Thanks?
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hog René first.
Okay, are you the angry one?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please.
Damn, that
just try to
expression.
Enjoy the game, all right?
This one's still chewing on his
I'm
sandwich.
trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Fucking boom.
These manly men are playing balls.
They're playing balls?
This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Should I ask what the game is first?
You got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Sure. Can I succeed at anything?
This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
Okay, I don't think I've ever experienced failure to play a game described quite that way. Okay. You're gross, man? Him. He said the thing.
Mon Dieu. Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw.
I thought something way more spectacular would happen.
What are you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
He is you. I am controlling the character, but thoughts like that would not even enter my head.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass?
That's just how Johnny Ballgame is. Extraordinary.
Right. Was the demonstration it? Or do you still need something from us, officer?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
See, we're playing a crater.
The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
Fire from heavy artillery. Why what?
How was the heavy artillery?
What happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse? You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
You asked about the crater, not the case. This is more important. Did you use artillery fire against them?
No. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
I know. I think we're going about wars all wrong. You apparently win with sex cult propaganda.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
No, it was definitely the sex cult propaganda.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08.
What 08? I need to know.
And the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out.
But I told you, you're definitely role playing this cop. Well, I told you, I'm all about the world building. He's giving me a history lesson.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There's a strange gleam in his
The
eyes.
rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the...
I would assume 1900s with this short mustache man, people strikes and unions being hot. Yeah, but I don't know, because obviously there's technology here that definitely supersedes the 1900s, so I have no idea. It's either an alternate universe or some weird distant future thing.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for hard working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. The coalition seems quite capable, actually. Communists just don't understand how money works. I don't think. I just do. All of these make something sound awful.
They're not. And I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead,
I too would love to be led by a zombie.
just holy and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Ooh. With the plot thickens.
Damn Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution. The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Oh, this analogy, now I can talk to him about the body.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
Martinez, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
What about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Oh, I see.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
I mean, there are certain tasks that men do better. Male stripper, that's a pretty good one. I'm pretty sure that that's not something a woman can rightfully do, but you know, for the most part.
Really, officer? Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top.
Does she have a knife?
Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
Well, I can't compose her, apparently.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Cool.
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in a sentence, they sound weird together.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop.
Yeah.
Dick Mullen.
Yeah.
Salam Rocky Bai. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action!
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a superstar. How do I unlock? First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the group using cocaine riddled with hepatitis C, strikes a line exposed with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillermo del Million or Davy Dewis, no. You're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it, but some would say it doesn't belong in law enforcement. Temporary research bonus. -2 logic. Still seems unlikely. Why would I want that? That doesn't sound good. Can I find a bag anywhere? Broken windows? Tibbs has windows.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's a tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
I dig when organized crime is tight.
That's odd. I could swear you were a police officer.
I can only be a police officer if there's crime. If there's no crime, I can't police officer. Enormous bowels worthy of any real man. Bird? A lonely cormorant surveyed the seas, indifferent to your approach. Bird? Bird, 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 bird?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this wall?
You have no clue.
Damn.
So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
I was looking for that 3%. Oh, I'm behind the damn kid. A garden hose. This won't be of any use until the snow melts.
There must be another way into the building.
Why was that so loud? What the hell? Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. What are you? Orange bum hat. I don't think I want to use the hat. It's closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. A smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. Up where? Smoker? Smoker? Oh, hello? We're just wandering around aimlessly now. I need to find a way to make money. There's some street names. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier. I can fix her.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
I might need to know that last one. I am the law!
Sod off, pig man. Art is above the law.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat dock next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Every character is just an 11 of attitude. Well, given that life around here seems to be pretty shitty, I guess it shouldn't surprise us that everyone's pissed off.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Revachol. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions.
Sounds like something I could do.
Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
Way down to the wall.
Well, I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
You spilled paint. That's all you did.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
You just spilled a bunch of goddamn paint and you're trying to cover it up.
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up. You know, summon the forces of crime.
I'm down for the fire.
and
Let's
social
set shit on fire.
with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to have to stop you. This is hooliganism. I love public art.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Actually, I'm pretty sure me doing that's going to dissuade her from doing anything.
She means the opposite.
Exactly.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Catch you later,
Watch your
Cindy.
back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
That sounded like a threat.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The
Hello?
door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here. Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not
No,
joking.
I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence
Backyard
unfinished.
door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. just faint sweeping sounds.
Fine. Maybe I should have shouted "I am the law" at her. That seems to be working in my favor. Again, lots of magnesium. That's always good. Dock reserved for residents of Rue Saint Ghislaine. Oh, hang on.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat.
I don't believe you're a resident.
Droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. What does the L stand for?
My maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized coat.
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do.
Bet something else on her is tight and cold.
I will, gladly.
I'm going to hell.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
I'm a superstar.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat, motherfucker. On a boat.
Yes, I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Great and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol. Okay, he said to throw her off balance. Do I do that by just acting stupid?
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Yes, I
Before
do.
you do. It would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Does she have a name?
No. It is called Cor de Leyte 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, what kind of boat is it?
Craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Do you have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth
And
are
user?
white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly Fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on.
The E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
No, it's a symbol of our subjugation to foreign capital. The bad kind of capital.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator?
Then what does that say?
She points to the plaque
Does
on the
it
side of the
say
pier.
docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Gislain, 33A. 33A. This old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats of all social strata.
Challenge it. We can do it. I haven't succeeded at a goddamn check yet.
She takes a sip.
It's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen in here.
Nothing happens for quite a while.
That will come from my head, the argument.
As they do.
The thoughts happen inside his brain.
Nothing's gonna
No
come.
worries. We can just go back to discussing my fast, large, interminably middle-class boat.
Okay, I think I have one on the boat thing.
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild
I
Pines
haven't
as a
succeeded at
whole.
a single check
It's
yet.
a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Dude, like, you know you don't need to challenge everything. It has consequences. But I need to succeed at something. I'm starting to get a complex here. Or are you this degenerate a gambler? I work in the gambling industry, sir. I know all about gambling. I know that I had no chance of succeeding that, but I did it anyway because it's going to feel so good when it randomly works.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
You guys got airships?
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She's not registered the real meaning of the remark.
She nods.
Why don't you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if I wanted to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus, I will slay it, because I am the law!
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the man means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
Where's
I
your
believe
role in
the
this?
official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were the attacks going before the lynching?
I'd say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes.
2?
Both times the union won
Ridiculous.
significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Over-aggressive commie posture. I feel like you've had every worker on the board. That would just be anarchy, for fuck's sake. Like, but that's just insulting. I still like
Then
it.
you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Personally, I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker a member of the board.
What exactly do they mean by it, though?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Seize the means of production.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
Hell no, that's a huge ass, not gonna lie. But YOLO, the king is dead! Long live the workers!
Well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
We've started a new revolution! It's being led by Measurehead right now. But I really want to push that button.
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyar at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
What happened to this
Mr.
Galmont?
Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Cool,
Yes.
cool.
Extremely. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that
He's
bad?
the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there's two of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one
Except for
term
the
as
lazy eye.
foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Well, if they are in fact doing the things she says they're doing, embezzling worker dues.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly,
Now, what are the
Wild
chances
Pines
of her
have
telling the truth?
cooperated with what amounts to
That's
a crime
the
syndicate for 2
therein lies the
decades.
rub.
However much you feed the leech always hungers. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
You seem rich. Can I have some money? Can I just have money?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Remember when my partner told you I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world is city nothing. After a night of heavy drinking last time I remember. Yes?
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I remember anything.
Oh dear.
She sighs with compassion, sadness even.
I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Pities your boat failure. Yeah, I succeeded at a thing.
Just floats a favor at her. Insinuates.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your
Yay, Jay, I got one.
Resources might turn over the right stones.
I had to get her to pity the boat failure first.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse me for a moment. Is this private enough?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope
Honestly,
it would go?
I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Oh, so we're henchmen now.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
I just could, find my badge.
That would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Okay, well, let's go back.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isla into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics.
Do I
Honestly,
get to
it might be
keep
quicker
any?
to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials come from somewhere to Revachol through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Am I going to need bulk cultures for this?
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded like that, is it? What proof do you have that the Union is involved? We already have some suspicions of one of the drivers was present at the lynching.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue.
She looks north.
Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you
I
have?
think they're financing this strike. There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you. We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Typical
we know the
bullshit.
company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers. Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
She takes another long sip from her seemingly bottomless thermal cup.
Of course, Detective.
Alright, well, as sad as it makes me to say this, this is where we have to end for the night. I have no idea what I've gotten myself into. There is some crazy shit going on. I'm doing a racism. I'm getting beat up. And now I am doing under the table work for a capitalist pig. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna end there for tonight. So thanks YOLO, Jay, and Loser Corner for hanging out, and anybody else who's popped in and out during the stream. I see you. I appreciate you. I will be back Monday for Doom Mod Monday. I'll be playing Junk Food 4 for the first time. And I will continue this next week. I have no idea how long this game will take me, but judging by how little progress I've made in 4 hours, this is going to take a while. So, yeah. So if you want to see more of this wacky shit, tune in next week, same time. But with that, you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Good night. Jay hasn't clipped any of my shit in a while, and he clips a frickin' racism clip. Not cool, man. Not cool.